Namaste, this is R.K. Dhital. Overseas study is not just a mere dream these days. It has been a certain kind of necessity. Globalization, universalization, and there are so many reasons that every student from Nepal has to have an international degree. On this note, Australia is always become a first choice for Nepalese students. So, Australia is always a first choice and every student wants to go to Australia. What might be the reason? So we'll be talking about this. Today we have a pleasure talking with the two prominent figures from Australia. We have a CEO of Excelsia College, Australia, Mr. Peter McKeown, and together we will have Director of Marketing and Student Acquisition, Mr. Bobby Abraham. Welcome to the conversation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I will start with you. Can you explain to us about overseas studies and its necessity, especially for the third world country like Nepal?
Yeah, thank you. And namaste, RK, and thank you for the opportunity. Overseas study is very important for countries like Nepal. It allows the students and to really grow as an individual, but also helps the country in terms of productivity. So the processes that they learn overseas and the technology that they gain, they can bring back to Nepal and incorporate into local life.
Why then Australia should be the first choice? This is the instances because I live in Nepal, I have observed the things and students. Australia has always become a first choice. What might be the reason?
Firstly, Australia is a very friendly country. We're a very multicultural company. We have a melting pot of many cultures. Over 200 years, we have many nationalities living in Australia. So it's a very friendly, it's a very safe country, has fantastic climate, very easy to live, and it's a very enjoyable country to live. So in terms of Australia, also from the education point of view, we're at the leading edge of technology in terms of how education is delivered through automated delivery, through face-to-face, etc. So Australia, given it's so close to Nepal, there's certainly a travel benefit to come to Australia, but certainly the people are very friendly. We have a very strong Nepalese community in Australia, so people coming from Nepal, students coming from Nepal to Australia, be welcomed in with open arms.
Are you aware of any data, like approximate data, how many Nepalese students might be studying in Australia?
In terms of Australia, there's around 700,000 international students every year, and Nepal is number 3. So we have China, India, and Nepal. So Nepal is a very important country and relationship partner for Australia in the education field.
I'll come to you, Bobby. You're observing this region especially closely since long time. You're so familiar to Nepali students and all the working partners. What do you think? Why should a Nepali student, they might have not planned so far, he might be just graduated his +2 level education, he might be living somewhere in the villages, those who are watching now. What do you think? Why should a Nepali student should go to Australia, especially to pursue their further study and career?
See, it's a very important question that every student who is considering study in Australia, not only in Nepal, but any part of the world, consider before they choose Australia as a study destination. Why Australia? Because Australia invests a lot in research, in technology, in innovation, and a lot of cutting edge research is done in Australia, which benefits the entire world. Now, the motivation for a Nepali to come and study in Australia is to be in that environment where they have a dream to excel in their career. Now, being, as you have identified, Nepal as a third world country, there are limitations in courses that they can study or the facilities those providers can offer. And this is where Australia comes in, because Australia provides those opportunities to students to fulfill the dream that they have.
What kind of opportunities like?
Say, say for example, in terms of technology, say, I want to study, say, IT degree, or I want to study accounting, I want to study an MBA program, I want to get into research, I want to study something in early childhood. These are the kind of courses that have been designed in such a way that provides a great beneficial outcome to a student. So no matter where you go, so if you are pursuing a study in Australia, no matter where you go after you finish your degree, you're globally recognized. It is a very important aspect of every student that, I'm going to invest a lot of money in my studies. What is my future going to be? So my future has to be something that, no matter where I go, my course, my qualification is recognized. And this is what Australia offers. And this is something that Nepalese should consider.
And I'm so happy that I'm talking to a CEO and a Director of Marketing and Student Acquisition of Excelsia College. Even I'm carrying this pen. This is so beautiful, Excelsia College, that you gifted me. Thank you very much. Why should a student go to Excelsia College?
So Excelsior College was established in 1983, so we have 35 years experience. And what we provide is a point of difference. So with the larger universities, the student becomes a student number. At Excelsior, we get to know your name, we get to know your background, we bring you together into the family, we respect you as an individual, and we help you to grow both academically and professionally, and also to grow in the community. Excelsior also has the latest edge technology. So this week we installed ultra-fast internet, so that's 1,000 megabits per second. So it's 50 times faster than we previously had, so it's a major improvement, and we believe that's the fastest campus in Australia. So if somebody wants to study at a campus that can offer technology, Excelsior certainly has those capabilities. We've also recently installed Foxtel, which is a pay TV provider. And so that is installed in the Student Centre, in our auditorium, so that will allow students to enjoy the IPL, which is very popular in Australia and very popular in Nepal and India. Also the World Cup soccer that's coming up in a few months' time. So, and also we've introduced a smart coffee cup. So technology in a simple coffee cup, we've put an NFC chip in top of the coffee cup, so our students can take that coffee cup to any coffee location, any cafe around the world, and use their cup to pay for their cup of coffee. Even come to Nepal and pay for their coffee. So we're always looking for innovations and always striving to be the best in class.
So this is for the students in general, right? But my question is like, why should a Nepali student, what a Nepali student's grade get when he join Excelsia College? Particularly, there are something attractive schemes or facilities designed for Nepalese students, or the students like, because I'm focusing on Nepalese students because you have to be aware of their social, political and economic condition. Yes. They go to Australia spending a lot of money that might have taken a loan and so many things, and you know this. So how do you motivate them? How do you convince them to join Excelsia College specialty?
Our strong Nepalese community. So we've had a very strong growth of Nepalese students in the first half of this year. As soon as they walk into the door of Excelsior, there's an image of 6 students from a diverse range of cultures. This year we have 14 nationalities at Excelsior, and by July this year we'll have over 50 Nepalese students on our campus. So they'll see a familiar face. The Nepalese students have also formed an association, so again they can get to experience. We've just celebrated Harmony Day, which is a celebration of cultural differences. So everyone got dressed up in their traditional outfit. The Nepalese community brought in the local delicacies, and everybody on campus enjoyed that. So earlier this year we had a harbour cruise, and we took all of our international students on a harbour cruise. It was really a welcome to Sydney and welcome to Australia, but more importantly, welcome to Excelsior College.
All right. So, Bhavi,
if I may just
yes.
add to that, it's a very important question that you have asked, and Peter has covered why Excelsior College and what are the experience that they would have. Your question also underlines the requirement for why a Nepalese student should consider. And one thing that I want to highlight here is that Excelsior College is a not-for-profit organization. What that means is that a lot of investment is made for students' outcome, right? So what that means is we are able to invest in student experience, in student requirement, and also that enables us to keep our student fees at a very competitive level. Now, one of the challenges that we face, especially coming from a third world country like Nepal, is, well, they will start, but how do we make sure that they are able to continue to finish their course? And for that, we have put in a lot of support services. So we have students who are struggling with English proficiency. We provide academic skill support that is provided to them. We have on campus, we have people who are there to support them. So we have a registrar's office, we have student advisors, we have compliance officers who will all be there to help a student make sure that they are able to continue in a course. So as much as they start, it is also important for us that they continue to finish the course.
Will you, but I'll ask you in between, like, would you add some more information regarding what should the Nepali students be careful of before applying to Excelsia College, and what about like fees and other facilities?
Yes, I will come to that. And what I was trying to say with that was we keep our fees low. What should a Nepali student do? Now, before you decide to pursue studies overseas, I would recommend that every student should do a lot of research. To do a research, they should first know what do they want of their life. What is the career that they want to choose? Once you know what career you want to choose, then you decide what is the course that you need to study to get the career that you have decided. And then you go on to find out where is that course available. That course that you want, a career that you want to choose, may be a course that is available in Nepal. Well and good. So you know exactly what you want. But if that course is not available in Nepal, then what are my options? Then you do a research to see what are the other countries that offer that course. And I have no doubt, as you start doing those research, you will realize that that course that you're looking for is available in Australia at a very competitive price compared to some of the other countries, but also the outcome of the course is such that you are employable. That is a very important aspect of every course we offer, making sure that the students who decide to take up a course is ready for a job once they finish, not only in Australia but any part of the world. So when you ask what they should do a lot of research. And now this is also very important to understand that not every student is able to go and study overseas, and that's the reality. You need to come to that reality. And what we do when we come to Nepal is tell students whether you are able to study or you are not. Based on your academic progress, based on your English proficiency, based on your financial documents, and all other things that are related that enables you to study overseas. That is, the reality is totally different. At Excelsior College, it's different. I'll tell you why. I've been coming to this Nepalese market for over 10 years now.
Wow.
Okay? And the way I work, I've worked in different organizations, different roles. I know each and every student that comes to the place where I was before and to Excelsior College. Every single student, if you give me a list of students, I will tell you where they came from and how good are they in their academics. Because that's the kind of approach we take at Excelsior College. We know every student by name. So, say for example, you asked me the question, when they came in on the first day, they saw me. And till date, all of them, they will come and talk to me if they have any problem.
Why should they choose Excelsia particularly? I'm coming to this point time and again because I want my viewers and all these students to know about Excelsia College more.
So as Bobby mentioned, we're not for profit, so our courses are very competitive. So we provide a very competitive and value for the students in terms of a price of course. The second is the community. As I mentioned, we've got 14 nationalities, and also as a student of Excelsior, you're not a student number, you're actually a person. We get to know you as a person. We help you develop as a person. Also, our quilt results. The quilt is the national body for academic achievement. We rank up there in the top across. So in all of the indicators of quilt, we're way above the national average. So if you want a course or a college that you're going to be very welcome, you feel very friendly and safe, and it's about enjoying. Student life's about, firstly, studying hard and getting the results, but it's also enjoying your time. And that's where our community efforts to make the student feel welcome. We offer lots of flexibility in terms of class times, etc.
As you have already mentioned that 15 Nepalese students are studying in Excelsior College. Have you ever talked to them? What is their response? How do they responding? Can you share us their experiences in Excelsior College?
They're an incredible bunch of people. I got the opportunity to meet with them on our harbour cruise around Sydney, and they've come from all parts of Nepal, so I get to learn a lot about the culture. And the relationship is two-way. I get to know about them and they get to know about me as well. But some of them had studied in other parts of the world. One person had studied in London, had studied a master's in London, and now has come to Australia. And he was very complimentary of the community and the teachers. And we have a very open, we don't have layers of hierarchy and so forth. So my office is next door to Bobby's, and students can come and go and meet with us at any time.
Bobby, what are the initial criteria that a Nepalese students would fulfill before getting admission to Excelsia College?
Yes, thank you for asking that question. But can I, if you may allow, I just want to go back to something that Peter just said, and which is incredibly fantastic for our students to know. The question that you asked was very specific on why should a student study at Excelsior College, whereas they have our opportunities. What I want to tell your viewers is this. Excelsior College is on a pathway to become a university, right? So what is it that separates a college from a university? Your viewers need to understand that. And my question to you would be in that case, what is it, the difference between a college and a university? And when you do the research, you'll realize only universities offer research programs. Only universities have PhD programs. The colleges or institutes that you may have in Australia or any other part of the world do not offer research programs. They do not offer PhD programs.
But we have heard, and even our students might have heard, few colleges are not that reliable in regards to their services, and few of them might have closed. There are certain kind of...
Correct. And I want to address that. I was coming to that very critical point because we are separated from that for a few reasons. Mm-hmm. We are the only college in Australia that offers a research program, number one. We are the only college in Australia who has got its own research center, in Lumen Research Center. We are the only college in Australia that offers a PhD program. We are the only college in Australia who has been given the authority by TEXA, which is the local authority in Australia, as a self-accrediting authority. So the agencies there in Australia have recognized our work. They have recognized our quality of work. And if we were one of those providers who would have closed down, we have been in this industry since 1983, close to 35 years of being in education sector. We are not this fly in, fly out kind of providers that you will hear of. We are here for a long run because we believe that we are there to become a university of our own, possibly in the area that we are. So why Excelsior College? We are not just a college, we are on a pathway to become a university. And students who want to get into research, people who want to get to PhD programs, can start from a bachelor or an undergrad level course all the way through to PhD at Excelsior College. Something that is very unique to us as Excelsior
And you were
College.
about to say us that initial criteria that students would fulfill.
Correct. So depending on the kind of course that you have to study, if you're looking for an undergraduate program, so we offer in undergrad, we offer Bachelor of Music and Bachelor of Dramatic Art, which is in the performing arts. So you need to have finished your year 12. You need to have done your English proficiency test, which most common is the IELTS requirement, which is about 6, no more less than 6, overall 6. And then you have to do other documents. But from the point of view of entry, you need to have good academics in year 12 plus a good English language proficiency. That is for our undergrad program. If you look at a master program, so we offer Master of Counseling, Master of Business Research, a PhD and an MBA program. Again, those courses also have certain criteria. Say, for example, counseling, you must have done a bachelor program, an undergraduate program in social work or psychology, leading on to and with a good IELTS requirement of 6.5, no band less than 6. So you can do counseling, grad dip followed by the Masters of Counseling. Now, who are the students who will do counseling? People who want to add to the community. One of the questions was why? What should you study in Australia? Many a times when we talk to those students, what are we hearing from them? We hear that they have a great desire, they will come back to Nepal and add to the economy in a lot of ways. And the most common thing that you have in Nepal right now is, Nepal is so prone to natural calamities. And you have a lot of people who are going through various struggles in their personal life. It can be it can have trauma, it can have mental health, it can be personal grief, loss. You know, there are so many ways that people are affected because of the natural calamities. You took the example of the earthquake. So these courses are aligned in such a way that students learn the skills and they're able to come back to Nepal and add value to the community. So that's for counseling. So then we have an MBA program, which is very designed towards organizational leadership, which is IELTS of 6.5, no band less than 6, and you need to have a bachelor in business background. Then we have a research program. As Peter mentioned, we have students who have come from UK, we have people who have come from London, from New Zealand, who have finished their masters there and now want to get into research program. They'll come and do Master of Business Research with us. And that is a pathway for students to get into a PhD program. So the entry requirement for MBUS Research, Master of Business Research, is a Masters of Coursework plus an IELTS of 6.5, no band less than 6. If you're looking at a PhD program, you should have done again a Masters in Research followed by an IELTS of 7, no band less than 6.5, and at least 5 publications before you can get into a PhD program. And just on the topic of courses, we have recently launched a new course, Best of Early Childhood, which is a course where we have done a lot of research to understand what the need is of the community in a third world country like Nepal, in India, and other places, where there's a great need for students for students to learn how to manage early the kids of early age before they start the schools. So we have come up with this course. It's a 4-year degree program. We are launching this program in our visit here. Peter will have a lot more to say through our discussions in the next week or so. But that's a course that has been designed purely for students who want to build a career in early childhood.
During your stay, like so many students might have watching us now, if they want to meet you and talk to you, can they? Like
Certainly,
anywhere?
certainly. And
What is your schedule?
I'm free.
Can you explain like where they can meet you or where can they come to talk to you?
So I'm here till Saturday night. So they can give me a call. They can contact you or contact the station. I'll give you my details, and if they can call me on my mobile or my email, I'm completely accessible to them, and look forward to meeting with them.
So it's very nice talking to you, meeting both of you. Probably our students might have informed a lot about Excelsia College. So thank you for coming and thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good night.
So dear audience, we're talking to Excelsia College CEO, Mr. Peter McKeon, and also we were talking with the very important person, Mr. Bobby Abraham. He's the Director of Marketing and Student Acquisition. If you are thinking to go to Australia, just don't keep it as a dream. Just come and make a tour. Excelsia College might be the very good option, one of the best options for you. If you want to know something more about Excelsia College, you can talk to us. Thank you very much for watching so far. I'll catch you next time. Thank you.